Volume 2, incredible. Can't wait for everyone to see it, but I want to start here. We have to talk about Vecna's transformation. What is your reaction to all of the online chatter about how snatched his waist is?
I think I just wrote Zumba. Somebody asked like how it happened, and I just wrote Zumba. No, I mean, thank you. That's my reaction. I appreciate it. Yeah, he worked hard.
I mean, everybody's like, we need Vecna's workout plan ASAP right now.
Yeah, that's what I have seen. And in due time, I believe Vecna will be releasing a full-blown workout video. Yeah.
Okay.
On VHS, though. It will only be on VHS.
Obviously.
Yeah.
We have to stick
Absolutely.
with the theme here. Okay, let's talk about where we left off after episode 4. Obviously, it was a huge shock. Last time we spoke to you, nobody knew that Will was going to wind up with superpowers. So what has it been like, or what was it like on set for you to now go head-to-head with Will, with Noah, as opposed to Millie?
It was really cool. I mean, I said when we were doing season 4 press, you know, people would say, what is it that you hope for with, you know, Vecna's storyline? And I said, you know, I feel like there's unfinished business between Vecna and Will. And so it just felt right. Like it felt really right to be there and to be doing that with Noah. You know, people have asked me as well, they've been like, how do you think Vecna feels about the fact that Will has powers? And like, I think Vecna, you know, has this experience of like, well, Will is the means to an end for him, you know, and the fact that he's like absorbed some of the power or whatever, is like, you know, it's a vexation, but you know, it happened, you know. But working with Noah was beautiful. Like it was really cool. And, you know, I remember for that, you know, episode for season 5, episode 4, you know, we did a rehearsal in the morning and I'm like just wearing like my regular clothes. I have a hat on and, you know, I'm not in the full get up. And I just remember being like, it's going to be great. Like, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be what it needs to be. And it's going to appear and it's going to feel banging. And it did, you know, it really, really did. And yeah, it was really fun. It was really, really cool. And you get to explore that further in this next volume as well. You know, particularly obviously with that scene in the Wheeler house. Yeah.
I mean, Vecna's at his wit's end when Will taps into his mind.
Yeah.
I can't even, I was sitting on the couch screaming. I'm like, I need to share this with somebody and I can't. I'm seeing it early. Now, obviously, fans loved seeing the table read for episode 4. So yeah. I think we're all curious about what it was like for you guys to experience the second volume all together and those table reads and the emotion of that.
Yeah, I mean, I believe, God, it was so long ago, but I believe that first table read that we did, we read, I think it was through to 7. I think we read through to episode 7 on that first table read. For the final episode, we had our own table read for that as well. Maybe, hold on, that might not be true. We did do a second table read. I remember it was my mother's birthday. I was away in Cornwall and I did it over Zoom. But for episode 8 as well, we did another table read and I got sick and so I couldn't go in. And it was a really interesting experience because it did feel like quite a fitting moment for a character that's so lonely and isolated to be sat behind a screen reading the final episode with everyone else, you know, at the studios in Atlanta. But I remember being able to be such a voyeur in that moment because obviously I was stuck behind a screen and just watch these beautiful people who I've got to know and love, you know, share something that means so much to them and that was so emotional and it was beautiful and they were all crying and then Matt and Ross were crying and then I started to cry. It was just gorgeous. It was lovely.
Yeah, I mean, you being farther away than everyone else is kind of like life imitating art right there.
100%.
Now I'm curious because obviously, like you said, the transformation of Vecna this season, how long was the process with this new Vecna look? Because I think the old one was 7 hours. How much time in the makeup chair?
It's about 4 hours for this season, because it's a blend of prosthetics and CG. I mean, everything that you're seeing with regards to like the movement of Vecna is my own movement. Obviously, we use like tracking markers on my body, but realistically, what you've got a prosthetic from sort of chest upwards. Hand is prosthetic, and then everything else is a mocap suit, but painted in the sort of viney thing that you can see behind me, but in purple colors. That was really interesting because that allowed more conversations with different departments. So Amy Paris from costume, Barry Gower, obviously, who, designed Vecna with the team, and Michael Maher as well. So just conversations that Barry and I had about, like, even though I am wearing less prosthetics, let's continue to make sure that there is still that size and gait and posture of the character. What can we include in the suit to make sure that that's still there? So we use American football pads and certain things to do with like how I needed to hold my arms and even height as well. So Amy put like 3-inch risers in my shoes, and it was all to make sure that that sort of imposing figure was still present whilst we were doing it. So yeah, less time in the chair, but more conversations with cool people.
Yeah. Now, obviously, we've known you've tend to play a lot of villain, dark, bad guy kind of roles. I have pictures of some of your previous ones here compared to Vecna.
There we go.
How did these prep you for Vecna? And also, are we looking to take on something lighter after this?
Just getting progressively more grumpy as the years have gone on. How did they help me prepare? I don't know. I mean, I suppose what's always been really interesting for me is it's like, as I've grown as a person and as an actor, it's always been about like, like uncovering the reasons why people are the way they are, and Vecna and Henry and Whatsit, have been such a joy to explore and uncover, and, within that growth in my professional world, I've just really relished the opportunity to go through that, So yeah, and would I take on something lighter? Sure, why not?
And we end with you at the table with the children. What kind of shenanigans is Vecna gonna get us into?
You'll have to wait and see, but I can tell you this, episode 7 does set you up for a huge explosive beginning to episode 8.
I was so mad when we didn't get the last one. I was like, you guys, you can't do this to me.
I'm seeing it tomorrow, I cannot wait.
Oh, you haven't seen it yet? Oh my gosh. Oh wait, so they're withholding it from you too?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, okay. Well, I guess I can't be mad then. I have no room to be angry.